one is called Five Little Dragons. Let's get your dragons out. Now there were 5 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there were 4 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1, 2, 3 dragons left. Now there were 3 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1, 2. Now there were 2 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1 left. Now there was 1 little dragon and his tail was wagging. He was always bragging because no one could imagine that he'd fly so fast. He was zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there were no more dragons. Would you like to do that again? Let's try that again. Get your dragons out. Now there were 5 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 2, 3. Now there were 4 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1, 2, 3. Now there were 3 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. 1, 2. Now there were 2 little dragons and their tails were wagging. They were always bragging because no one could imagine that they'd fly so fast. They were zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there was one less dragon. Only 1 left. Now there was 1 little dragon and his tail was wagging. He was always bragging because no one could imagine that he'd fly so fast. He was zigging and zagging. Uh-oh, there were no more dragons. Hope you enjoyed 5 dragons. See you next time.